Birmingham, Alabama, 1963. It was called the most racist city in America after Police Chief Bull Connor vented his fury on nonviolent blacks for demonstrating against the city's segregation policies.
The history of the African American community and police departments has not gone well, and we have to own that, especially here in Birmingham.
Well, Birmingham is a symbol of hardcore resistance to integration. It is probably the most thoroughly segregated city in the United States, and it has had more unsolved bombings of Negro homes and churches than any city in the United States.
When Dr. King said in 1963 that Birmingham is the most thoroughly segregated city in America, it was true. And the police department was the arms and legs of this most segregated city of America.
I have the feeling that if we can get a breakthrough in Birmingham and really break down the walls of segregation, it will demonstrate to the whole South, at least the hardcore South, that it can no longer resist integration.
Birmingham was something of a symbolic struggle. And as painful as the memories are for some people, perhaps even today, it was real clear that without Birmingham, the movement might never have gained traction. It took seeing what happened in Birmingham on TV screens in America and around the world.
If you were coming up in Birmingham in the 70s, the police still had a lot of the old attitude.
Now, if we are going to deny the fact that out of 700 police officers, we don't have any who ever create problems, I think we are just sticking our heads in the sand.
We had any number of cases of police shooting blacks and abusing blacks. So when I got on the council, I had decided that I was going to attack that issue. David Vann becomes mayor, and then we fall out. He and I have a falling out over the killing of a young woman by a Birmingham police officer, an officer named George Sands, who kills a young black woman, 20-year-old Benita Carter.
Last summer, 3,000 blacks protested against the police after a white officer killed an unarmed black woman.
When I got to Kingston, it seemed like all hell was breaking loose.
You had lines of people all across here from every side of the street. They wouldn't let us come across this street, but they were all in the street. They were blocking the street, so they had police everywhere.
We felt that Van was going to really take care of it. We felt that everything was going to be worked out, and that's what he told us.
Both sides were getting involved. The black community, the white community wanted to support the police and whatever. And David said he would wait.
People were saying Van and Sand has got to go. Van and Sand has got to go. We were marching.
They wanted to talk to anyone who would give them some peace of mind, some reassurance that you at least are going to be willing to help us.
Dr. Arrington was the only one that we saw as an official that would hear what we had to say.
I ended up the next day or so in a news conference announcing that I was going to run for mayor.
His opponent is conservative businessman Frank Parsons, who has had to spend much of his campaign disavowing remarks interpreted as racist.
My position in this race is that I believe that Frank Parsons is the best man qualified to lead this city in the future. I have not said, nor will I say, that Dr. Arrington, because he's black, makes the difference.
On top of that, you got the Police Foundation is waging a campaign against me.
And we said, we don't care. If Dr. Arrington is not afraid, we're not afraid. And it just caught on like wildfire. And the people started believing.
By 1979, you had significant increase in black voter registration. And that, along with the beginnings of white flight, allowed blacks to finally be a political force.
Birmingham, Alabama elects a mayor next week, and in that city, once a bastion of segregation, a major candidate is a black.
It's election day in a lot of places around the country tomorrow, and one race of special interest is taking place in Birmingham, Alabama. It's an election that may help fade the memory of an infamous chapter in that city's history.